Hello, welcome back to the potty. I am so excited to be here. We took 2 weeks off and went to Greece. It was really nice to have that time away. I actually switched off, which was so lovely, but we got gastro on the way home because the universe just loves a plot twist, doesn't it? But what surprised me the most about taking time off was how exhausted I felt when we got home. It was like nervous system hangover tired. Like I was utterly exhausted. This episode is a bit of a debrief. I'm going to run through what happened when I stepped away from my business, what I did to prepare. I did take my laptop overseas just in case. I got it out once for a few quick emails. I'll run through how I prepared for that to actually take proper time off, how I got back into the rhythm. So we've been back a week and I feel so ready. I feel really inspired. I'm going to walk through how AI has helped me get back into that flow and go through a few of the practical things I did with AI's help to get back on track. We're here, we're ready. I'm recording this on Monday. My kids are in school again. What did switching off in my business actually look like for me? I took this laptop out once. This was a real break for me. I didn't record any content. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I like to do a lot of talking head reels, tips. I didn't do any of that while I was away, which was really nice to fully switch off. I was a little bit nervous about this because I have been so consistent on my socials since the start of the year. I had 150 followers because I just never showed up online. When I signed on to Peter from the Professional Babes Business Advisory group in March, she had this visibility challenge. Since then, I have been posting every day pretty much. And that's not to say that everyone needs to do that. But for me, I've found a really nice flow with that. I was a little bit concerned that would break my flow and I would be like, okay, I'm done with this now. Would my audience be less engaged? So yeah, I've grown my social following from 150 to close to 1.6K just on Instagram. That's not including TikTok and LinkedIn, which I've also grown significantly. Plus, my email list is over 600 subscribers, which I only started in January. What did I do to prepare? I got my VA Jess to go back through my posts and pick a whole bunch to repurpose, like literally just repost. Because the way the algorithm works now, so many people don't see. I was like, just pick some good ones and we'll use that. I think I posted one reel while I was away, which was a pre-recorded one. I have an automation where I post natively to TikTok and then that automation runs. It also posts at Instagram and it writes like a different caption suited to Instagram's platform. And then it also auto posts out to Threads. So it strips the video and makes a conversational Threads type post. And then it also goes to Twitter and YouTube Shorts as well. So I don't touch that, which is one of my favorite automations. I just have to think of one piece of content and then it goes out and is repurposed. That was working while I was away. We scheduled some emails and I was taking a full break. It's so nice when you have a break, right? Because you really do come back with creativity and inspiration. It is essential in your business to take some time off throughout the year to stop and breathe, get bored, come up with new ideas. So then when we got home, we were recovering from gastro, which, oh my God, I had never even considered that like gastro on the plane ride home could be possible. That is a scenario that probably happens way more than I realize. So Yeah, that first day back, I was like a shell of a human. First day back at work. So we flew in on Saturday, and then Monday I was like, okay, let's get back into this. But yeah, it was a bit of a grind. So what did I do to get back in the flow? I'm just trying to think about this now. I was like, all right, let's open chat. Let's try and get some inspiration and just flow back. If you don't have this already, I have a free GPT called Brain Buddy, which helps with executive dysfunction and overwhelm. I'll drop that in the show notes. You can brain dump stuff and it helps you with your to-do list. I also got GPT Agent to go through my Gmail and clear random subscription emails. If you haven't used GPT Agent, I would recommend trying. It is a little bit clunky. It's getting better. There will be like Perplexity has Comet now. I think there's like a few others like Dia Browser. Like that's definitely an avenue that will grow. So getting comfy with that is really important now. Clearing your emails is a really good one to start with. I also got Agent to jump into my Flodesk and audit my last few campaigns to show me what actually worked, the performance, all of that, pulled it into this nice dashboard for me. And then I was like, okay, can you give me some ideas for this next email? Because I was drawing a blank, but knew that I needed to email my list. That was super helpful. I like doing stuff like that because it draws on your actual data. Like from my Flodesk campaigns, it read through the content. So then it was able to give me some ideas, like it had all of that rich context to draw on. And then I built automations for my business at the back end of last week. When you have some time to yourself, you can just breathe and then be like, oh, I actually have time to think about this workflow. Now I'm going to build an automation. I need to take a step back, think about that workflow, and then be like, okay, so here's how I'm going to build that automation. Now, second Monday back, I am feeling really good. I've got my AI Dream Team workshop this Thursday, which I'm so excited for. I've got some amazing business owners coming to that. And that's where we go like 4 hours deep into AI, getting it to work in your business. One of the automations that I built last week was I have also launched a membership. It's for people who have attended my workshops, or it is by application at the moment because I want to be really intentional about the group that I'm bringing together. I want people who aren't brand new to AI and automations and who are looking to have that support and accountability to actually take this stuff and continually implement it, either in their business or their clients. We do 2 co-work sessions a month. Then I upload those replays into the resource hub and do a summary. So people who weren't on the call can filter and be like, oh, they talked about, say, ChatGPT agent or N8N sort of thing. Or they can be like, oh, there's no real topics there that interest me. I'm not going to bother watching the replay. So that whole process, how the workflow looks is we do the session, I jump into Fathom, grab the link, then grab the transcript, drop that into ChatGPT. It pulls out the topics covered. I put that into Notion with the video link and then create a thumbnail. That probably takes me about half an hour. I switch browsers, I copy and paste into ChatGPT, copy and paste out of ChatGPT. And so I was like, hang on, surely I can automate this. Does all of that. And it pulls the Fathom link for me. The only thing I need to do is grab that Fathom URL and then just do backspace video to embed the video. But the link is already waiting there for me. I no longer have to open Fathom, grab the link, that sort of thing. That takes like a minute now. That saves me 28, 29 minutes each call. That's like an hour right there that I've just got back, which is really handy. That's an hour back each month. just on that one, that's amazing. It's not just the hour, it's the mental load of that, being like, oh, I need to upload the replay by this time so that if people want to jump on that same day, they can watch it. I'm not switching between tabs. I'm not getting distracted, opening up ChatGPT and using it for something else. 10 minutes after the call, probably even 5 minutes after the call, I could just jump in, grab that Fathom link and embed the video. That's amazing. So when you're thinking about your workflows, some of the stuff we want to automate is that really big, high impact. Sometimes you can just claw back time and get ROI on simple little things. If you add all of those, that's a huge amount of time you can get back throughout your week by doing some of these smaller, simpler ones. And then that can give you the brain space to think about those more complex ones, because the more complex ones, obviously, there's a lot more variables. Those need a longer time to build, longer time to understand the workflow. I do find that with clients, often they'll be like, I tried to automate like this whole big thing and I couldn't get it to work. So like I can't do automations. I recommend just starting small and see where you can claw back some time. Now jumping back into the exhaustion piece post holidays, I was quite shocked by that actually. I genuinely last week was like, is this burnout? Is this what this feels like? For neurodivergent people, we were away with my husband's family. It was awesome, but it's also really draining, like being around people all the time. Like I need lots of downtime. I was talking to my husband about this just yesterday. We recharge by being alone or just with each other. Having 2 weeks where I was on the whole time was a lot. I definitely think that contributed to that feeling of exhaustion. Some of the things that I did to manage that, and I tried to encourage my daughter to do the same, was like I would just throw on my noise cancelling headphones. It's so interesting to me because even 5 years ago, I just wouldn't have done that. I would have been embarrassed or like I should just be able to handle this. Whereas now I'm like, I need some time. I'm just going to put on a Tay-Tay album, which came out while we were away. I would put on my noise cancelling headphones and be like, I need some time out, bring some of that sensory overload back down. And yeah, it was interesting too, like coming back and being like, I should feel rested and kind of feeling guilty for that. Also taking it easy last week and so much gratitude to myself for building a business like this. On Friday, it was the 6-month anniversary of my dad unexpectedly passing away. I've been hyper aware of that date for a really long time. How can it be 6 months? It feels like 6 years and it feels like 6 days at the same time. It's a really bizarre feeling. I cleared everything for Friday. Saturday, I spent most of the day in bed, which was really nice. Throughout the week, I actually cleared so much. 1, because of that, and 2, because I was just so exhausted from holidays. I feel so much gratitude to have a business that supports me in these ways. I don't have to go into an office, show up, mask, and be like, the holiday was so great. It's so great to be back to. It feels like a lifetime ago. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm so grateful for that. And I think many business owners can relate to that. Carve out some time to think about an automation that you would like to build. It doesn't need to be super complex. For some of my clients, even just getting them to auto-save their recorded meetings into a transcript, like a Google Doc or a Word doc, so then they can repurpose that into emails, content, proposal. That tiny little automation has blown their minds and changed so much for them. It doesn't have to be complex. Start thinking about your workflows or where you would like to stop doing something. If you're copying and pasting a lot, if you're in chat a lot and it's repeatable, you can start looking at building an automation, say in something like N8N. That is my favorite. I really like the way that it's set up and it's just so customizable. Think about some opportunities, write them down, slide into my DMs. I'm always happy to answer some questions. For anyone else going through grief at the moment, I'm just going to send you a massive virtual hug. I know what it's like. It's not linear. If you want to build a business that can handle life and survive your next holiday, come hang out with me on Instagram at right_mode. Slide into my DMs. I'm always happy to talk through some options with you. Feeling really grateful to have a business that supports me, my moods, my energy, and my family. I will see you on the next episode.